Hey y'all, so as you can see, today I did a Halloween tutorial. So I know that sugar skulls are pretty basic and I feel like they're very overdone, but I've never done one before and I thought that the rhinestones would be really cute and just doing like the different colors. But the reason why is because my fiance and I actually went on a cruise in July and we went to Mexico. And ever since then, we've both had like this weird love for sugar skulls. I don't know, it's kind of strange. But my sister-in-law is also a Spanish teacher, so she's obsessed with stuff like that. And I guess we just kind of hopped on that bandwagon while we were in Mexico. Like my fiance wants a sugar skull tattoo. It's pretty serious. I decided to do this for Halloween, and I wanted to try it out before actual Halloween to see, how much time it would take me and things like that. I figured I might as well just film it for you guys and put it up for Halloween in case anybody wants to do this for Halloween. So anyways, if you want to see how I did all of this, then keep watching. Alright, so first I'm taking this NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in black. I think it's black bean. And I'm just going to draw a circle surrounding my eye. And it's very, very pigmented. And then once I get that outlined the way I want it, I'm just gonna fill it in. I'm just filling it all the way in. This is technically an eyeshadow base and it works really, really well for what I'm gonna do next. Alright, so I'm going to take the Urban Decay Electric palette, and the first shade that I'm taking is called Fringe, and I'm just using a Sigma flat shader brush. I'm not sure of the exact number. And packing that color on my lid. I'm kind of going a little bit above the lid as well. And I'm also going to take that color and kind of go around my eye. So as you can see, I'm just trying to pack it on and get that pigment where I want it. And then I will pack that color all around my eye. So now I'm going to take Urban on the same brush, and I'm basically just going to focus that around the blue. So I'm just going to do the same thing, just obviously not quite as thick of a layer. And I'm just literally encircling the blue that I've already laid down. Now I'm going to go back in with the first shade that I used, and I'm pretty much just touching up those edges, kind of trying to blend them out between the blue and the purple, so it's not quite as harsh. And then I'm going to go in with Jilted, which is like a fuchsia pink, and this one didn't show up quite as much as I had hoped it would, especially around my brow, but I was okay with that because I feel like it still shows like a gradient effect. So, and then I just basically do the same thing and go around those edges just to kind of blend it out a little bit better so it's not as harsh. And I'm just cleaning my brush off in between each application so that the colors don't mix. But now I'm taking Freak, which is a bright green, and I wanted to put this closer to my lash line just to give the lid a little bit more of a pop than just having the blue. Just kind of brighten it up, and I'm actually just putting that not quite as thick, like I'm not covering all of the blue that I put down, but I am putting it all around my eye, just like I did with the other colors. And now I'm using the NYX Jumbo Pencil in Black Bean again, and I'm pretty much just drawing a contour line, but I wanted to connect it to my mouth. I kind of curved it. I don't know, I guess that's how I envisioned my jaw to look. And then I was really excited about this product when I saw it at Ulta. It's Makeup Revolution Ghost Sculpt, and it's like a contour palette for Halloween. It has the white shade and the black shade. So I'm just taking the black shade on my really dirty e.l.f. brush. This is the stippling brush, I'm pretty sure. It's just a duo fiber brush. and I'm basically just blending that out so it's not as harsh. And then dipping back into that black side of the Makeup Revolution palette, I'm pretty much just going to contour up closer to my forehead. I really wanted it to be more pigmented than it was, which is why I ended up going in with the NYX Jumbo Pencil. So I'm just going to blend that out, pretty much do exactly what I did on my cheeks. I'm just putting that down, blending it out with that same brush. And now I'm going to draw the crevices onto my nose. I'm using that same pencil. That thing is seriously the best. So I'm going to basically just carve out my nose just on that one side, and I'm going to fill that in. And then I'm going to draw a line up my forehead, as you can see, and then also down my cupid's bow and my chin, basically just to cut my face in half. Now I wanted to blend this out kind of how I did on my cheeks, but I didn't realize how much it would blend. Like, it kind of just blended away. I mean, you can still see the dark obviously, but the line went away, and I still wanted that line to be there. You know, I wanted it to be a definite line. So I ended up going back in, as you can see, with the jumbo pencil and drawing that back, but I do like how it fades a little bit, so I like that I blended it out and then just kind of faded it. And now I'm going back in with the electric palette. I'm using that first purple shade that we took, and I'm just covering that line just to give it more of a metallic and colorful effect. Now I'm going to go in with Jilted and just basically fill in on top of that black just to make it a little bit brighter and more noticeable. So I'm doing that on my chin as well as on my nose. I know I'm out of frame right now, I'm sorry. Now I'm using this Stila liquid liner just in black, and I'm just drawing these weird little swirly things on my forehead. I don't know, I just wanted to add a little bit of something extra, so figured why not. And for my favorite part, I'm using just jewels that I got at Michael's and lash glue. And I am just gluing them around my eye. I just want it to basically outline the edges of the eye socket. So I am gluing each one of those on, and this took me probably 20 or 30 minutes. It really wasn't that bad. And it wasn't very hard to get even either. going back into the electric palette, I'm going to use the shade Revolt. Just a bright silver glittery shade, and I'm just going to go over the little swirls that I drew on my face. And I mean, if you have like a glitter eyeliner that's liquid or anything like that, that would probably be a lot easier. The only glitter eyeliner that I have is a gold one, and I wanted to keep it more on the cool side. I didn't want it to end up looking too warm if I went in with the gold. I just thought that the silver would look better, so that's what I did. I'm also outlining the chin that I drew, and then I will outline the nose, as well as just any of the other harsh lines that I put on my face other than the contour. I'm gonna pick up fringe, and I'm actually just using like a shader eyeshadow brush, and I am going to put that on top of the black contour to basically just make it a little bit more colorful, make it stand out a little bit more. I just love this palette, how metallic it is, and it really just kind of adds an extra touch to the look. So now I'm going in on my normal side, on the normal side of my face, and I'm just using the Urban Decay Optical Illusion Complexion Primer, and I'm really just focusing that on my pores. And now I'm using the Henriksen Grease Relief Facial Water. I just sprayed that all over my face because it acts as a primer as well as a setting spray. And then I'm using my Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. I'm just going to put that on with the paddle, and then I'm blending it out with a Morphe flat top brush. I don't know the exact number, but I will link it down below. For concealer, I'm going in with the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade Fair, and I drew the lines kind of down the center of my face, mostly just to clean up the edges around the line that I drew. And then I'm going to use my TooFaced Primed and Poreless Powder. Just going to set that concealer down, and I'm using it to set the rest of my face as well. And then I'm going to dip into the TooFaced Peach Palette. And I am just going to go in with that light brown crease shade. Then I'm going to take a darker, more cool tone crease shade. Really wasn't sure what I wanted to do on this side. I didn't want it to be too crazy just because I didn't want it to take away from the other side. But then I'm going in with my Jaclyn Hill palette, of course, and I'm going to dip into the purple. And I'm just using my finger because I feel like that's how I get the most pigment with shades like this. And I'm just going to put that all over my lid. And then I went in with the darker purple shade and a Morphe brush, and I'm just blending that kind of on the outer V. Not being very precise about this, I'm actually being quite messy. But the purple it wasn't as bright as I wanted it to be, so I went back into the electric palette and I used the pinkish purple shade, I think it's called Jilted. And that also kind of ties the look to the Sugar Skull side as well, since it is the same shade. Then I'm going to use that Stila liquid liner. Just going to do a little wing. Dipping it back into Jaclyn Hill's palette. I'm going in with the first shade of the palette. I believe it's called In Light. And I'm just highlighting the inner corner of my eye and my brow bone. I'm kind of zooming through this just because this wasn't the main point of this video. But now I'm going to use my butter bronzer and an IT Cosmetics bronzing brush. Just going to bronze my face, and then I went in with Nars Laguna, my Tarte double-ended brush, and I'm going to contour. Nothing crazy. I'm going to contour my cheek and my forehead. Now I'm going to use Makeup Geek's Spellbound and Honeymoon blush. I just mixed the two, and I'm using a Morphe E4 brush for that. And I've never used this before, so I figured why not, but I went back in with the first shade in the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I used it as a face highlight, and I was very impressed with it. Now I'm using my Essence Lash Extension 18 Hour Wear Mascara. Just going to put a pretty generous coat on each eye. I'm not going to put falsies on. I'm not a big falsie person. I cannot put them on myself to save my life. So if I put them on, or if I'm ever wearing them, probably wasn't me to put them on. And I'm going to use the Nars Anna lipstick. This is the Audacious lipstick in Anna. I have really kind of re-fallen in love with this shade lately, especially for this time of year. I think it's a really good nude for this time of year. And I'm going to dip into the Urban Decay palette again, for the last time, I promise. And I'm going to go in with the purple shade Urban. And I'm just going to put that all over the Sugar Skull side of my lips, just to go with that look. I have a purple lipstick, but it wasn't the exact purple, and I really wanted it to match the eyes and kind of all tie together. So there you have it. Just threw my hair up in a messy ponytail. That is my half Sugar Skull, half normal, I guess, makeup tutorial. So leave a comment down below if you're going to try this for Halloween. I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you guys later.